Morries Ford is out here today with the all-new 2015 Mustang GT. What I'd like to do is show you around the interior of the vehicle, show you some of the stuff on the outside, and then do a driving review. So the guys over in Dearborn decided to make this Mustang a little more retro, all the way back to kind of that 1960s style. This one is the GT with the 435 horsepower 5-liter V8. There's an EcoBoost, a V6, and then this one, which is the top dog. So this one does have a little optional equipment, which I really like on this car. Those black leather Recaro seats inside, these 19-inch alloy wheels, and then the exterior styling really bring this car together. Without compromising the heritage of this vehicle, the 2015 Mustang does have a few nods to the past. One being those taillights in the rear that will blink 3 times in order to show you what the turn signal would look like. Other things would be these hood scoops up front and the interior design style, whether that's the gauges, the start-stop button in there, or those Recaro seats, which are unbelievably comfortable. Alright, so now we're behind the wheel of this 2015 Mustang. So again, this is the GT. This one is pretty well loaded up. So with the mode lever down here, flip it into Sport Plus, put it maybe into Sport Steering, 6-speed manual, let's go. One of the things I jumped in right away and wasn't used to was the hill start control. So that is a really cool feature with this V8 Mustang, in that when you're on a pretty steep hill, it's not going to roll backwards until you start to let the clutch out a little. That way, if you're driving around where it's a little bit more hilly, you don't have to worry about rolling back into a car behind you. So there's these really cool gauge modes as well, which is kind of neat. Right now I've got the boost vacuum set. You can get cylinder head temperature, inlet oil temp. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff in there, or you can go back to your trip or fuel settings there. It's going to tell your average fuel, miles to empty, that kind of stuff. Or else there's also track apps, which is only used on the track. That's not for the street, but you have acceleration timer, your brake performance, your line lock, and then you also have launch control. So the boys over at the Blue Oval knew that people are probably going to get this car out on the racetrack, and they're going to want a few kind of cool up-to-date features that you can use as well in the car. I spent some time in the EcoBoost Mustang, and that car was a blast. I hadn't been able to drive the V8 until today. And you know what? Listen to this thing go. It gets up and moves in second gear. I mean, all the way through. It's naturally aspirated, and this thing just screams along. I did not like the old body style, but I think this one is just so much more kind of retro cool, all the way down to the gauges, how you control the temperature, all that stuff is really well thought out and designed. And this is well designed. Again, I'm in Sport Plus. If you flip it into the track mode, it's going to adjust a few different settings as well. But I mean, as far as the steering goes, you can throw it into a comfort mode. You can change the mode back to just regular, normal driving, and you can relax. That's one thing that's hard to say a lot about sports cars, is that there's never a time to relax in this car, but these Recaro seats are phenomenal. They're extremely comfortable, and I was worried it was gonna feel like a race car all the time. You could never kind of lean back and relax, but where the bolster gets you, it's good. I mean, the steering wheel is right. I mean, perfectly comfortable, tilt, telescopic, all that stuff too, but I mean, the backup camera is huge on this one too. The parking aid really helps you out, because visibility was one thing I was worried about. But you know what? After getting into the car, you do have blind spot monitoring as well in this package. And I didn't have any problem seeing out on the highway, on these back streets. The window's big enough, especially with this huge backup camera. I mean, it's a car you could drive every day. What a riot. This car is just, I wasn't expecting to have this much fun, to be honest, and it is everything you'd expect it for. Thanks for watching our overview on the all-new Mustang. If you have any questions or would like to schedule your test drive, stop by our Minnetonka or Buffalo Ford location today. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you buy happy.